everybody, my name is Eugene Capon, this is CaponDesign TV. Welcome to the YouTube channel. In the last video, we went ahead and took a Cinema 4D file and we split it up amongst all of its different parts so it could be used as a character rig inside of Element 3D. Now, right now we have our little Lego man here in After Effects, and if we go to the layer and scene edit with Element 3D, you can see we have our character with all the different parts separated by materials, which is great. So what we need to do now is, actually what I want to do before we jump into it is show you this little animated short that I did with this exact model. Anyway, I thought that was cool. So what we want to do is, inside of our group folder, I'm going to call this Lego Man. I'm going to go ahead and actually give him a plane. So just a ground texture. And give him some sort of pro shader, physical plastic or something. Cool. Well, anyway, I'm actually gonna just grab this and pull this out and put it in two. Sweet. So now we can just focus on our Lego guy, now that he has a plane that he can sit on. If we go back, we won't be able to see it right away. But if we had a, let's see, a camera, and I'm going to use a null object, turn into a 3D object, and then tie the camera to the null, what I can do is pull up the position, and change it. Cool. Now we got our little Lego guy on a plane. I'm gonna call this camera rig. And I'm gonna do one more thing while we're here. I'm gonna grab another null object. And I'm actually going to call this character rig. And you'll see why in a few minutes. All right. E3D. So I'm going to go back to scene setup, and inside of our Lego man with all of our different parts, I'm going to go ahead and duplicate the model a few times. So actually I believe I need 6 model, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn off all the different parts except for the one I want. So like this is going to be the head. And say the next one is the shirt. Cool. And say the next one is the, well actually if it's the shirt, we can just leave it with the crotch as well. Those two tend to go together, I guess. We'll just call this torso. And we're gonna call this one head. And what we're gonna do is basically get one of these layers for each individual part. So like, say this one is just a left arm. Actually, we'll add the hand. We're not going to do any extra animations between those two. They'll just be together. Cool. And let's say, so this one's going to be left hand. This one's going to be right hand. And when I say hand, arm as well. And the last two are going to be left leg, and then right leg. Go down, turn off all the different layers other than the one we want. And do the same for the last one. Cool. Now that we have the character all separated, what we can do is figure out where the different parts need to relate to each other. So, say I have a head and I want to figure out where the axis is going to be. I'm going to pull it up and we'll do it. The torso is fine. The left arm is actually, what we can do is go to the side view and we can figure out where the shoulder joint is. So just pick it up, do the same for the left hand, the other side. Make sure that they're basically on point, and then we can do the same for the leg. Make sure both sides are basically the same size, the same place. Awesome. Perspective. Cool. Now, if I go ahead and grab the leg, it'll move perfectly in place. Check the other side. The arm, the other arm, the torso. Oh, we didn't do the torso. And the placement where the torso actually turns is from the crotch area. Now, we want the arms and the head to stick with the torso when it moves. So we're gonna grab a new folder, put all of those in there. We'll call them top section. So basically what this is the Lego man controls everything. The top section, basically just this joint right here. Now it moves just like a real Lego piece would. Perfect. Now what we need to do is figure out is, gonna do that really quick, is figure out how to set the auxiliary channels specifically for this model. Now if I go to the top section and I grab, say, the head, and I'm gonna go down to auxiliary animation, I'm gonna hit channel 1. Right hand is going to be channel 2. Right hand is going to be channel 3. The torso is going to be channel 5. The left leg is channel 6. And the right leg is going to be channel 7. Cool. Now hit OK. I'm going to go ahead and save this just in case something happens. Lego man. Cool. Now, earlier we created this character rig null object, and what we want to do is go to expression control and go to slider. Now, if we drop 7 of these on, and we'll basically have a slider control for each one of the auxiliary channels. 6, 7. Perfect. If we pull it down, effect. Let's go ahead and just call this head. Body. Arm left. Arm right. Leg. Left leg. Right leg. And I guess all. Cool. Now if you bring down element 3D and go to group 1 and auxiliary channels, and what we can do is now go to the rotation inside of the auxiliary channel, and we can grab the correct channel. So for the head movement, it's going to be the rotation Y, channel 1 rotation Y. So if I hit Alt, then the stopwatch, this expression control pops up. Now if I grab the pick whip, bring it up to the head slider on the character rig, the two are now connected. Now this might not look like something right now because, well, we don't have any markings on the head right now, and it's a circle. So if we go to channel 2 and rotation and we play around with it, it's the right arm and it's the rotation X. On the X rotation, hit Alt, stopwatch, and go ahead and grab the pick whip, bring it up to the slider. Now if we go to the slider in the character rig for the arm and we start moving around, it now controls, it is now the controller for that section of the body. Now what we have to do is grab all the auxiliary channels and link them up to the proper body sections via the correct rotation. So it's going to be X for the legs and the arms, and then Y for the head. So let's just start going through the different channels. And this is a little bit of a tedious process. I'm going to go ahead and do it, and then we'll reconnect. Okay, now that we have him connected, all of his auxiliary channels are connected to all these sliders, what you're seeing is him fully rigged. Except for it looks like his arms and head aren't attached to his body. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that really quick. Channel 5, none. Channel 5, okay. So now it should work. Yep. Awesome. So what we're going to want to do is start doing animation. Now, if I go to the timeline and I take a look at all of these different elements, what I can do is I can hit keyframes for each one and start animation. So if I go to 15, I can go ahead and grab the left leg. I'm going to go 50. And I'm going to grab the right leg, negative 50. Now I'm going to go to a full second, and I'm going to switch those values. So if we go through that first second, it looks like he's now taken a step. Now what I can do is grab and copy those keyframes, go up 15 frames, paste, go up another second, and now it's just a continuous loop. So, yep, he is walking now. Now it's very robotic right now. So what we can do is once we get to that first half second, we can go grab the arms. And so if we have the right leg forward, we want the left arm back. So that way it's opposite of each other. So, and then move up to a second. And just like the legs, we're going to trade those values for 50s. Copy those frames. Control C to do it, by the way. Move up past 15 frames, and then 1 second each. All right, a little bit better. Now, I feel like his torso would be bobbing along, right? So what I'm going to do is grab 1 full second and grab the body, and I'm going to 30. Seems like a good value. So every second, I'm going to go ahead and change the degrees. Cool. Now let's try it again. Awesome. I really like how this animation is coming along. But there's one more thing. He's just walking in place. So I'm going to go down to Element 3D, go to the group, particle replicator, where you have position Z. I'm going to go up to 6 seconds where basically we have him stopped, hit the keyframe, and I'm going to have him moved back in Z space. And it's going to automatically create a keyframe because we hit the stopwatch. Now if I play it, yeah, it looks like he's a little too far. There we go. He's too close again. Somewhere in the middle. Okay. So that is how you rig and animate a character like this. Now, you are not going to have as fluid animation with inside of Element 3D as you might have with Cinema 4D or anything that really uses like decay and bone structure. So if you're looking for something a little bit more flexible like that, what you're going to want to do is go with a different 3D program outside of Element 3D. Anyway, if you learned something, hit the like button. If you've seen more than one of these videos before or you plan on staying around for the third installment of this series, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. We're now in a relationship. Let's make it official. I'm Eugene Capon. This is CaponDesign TV. I will see you in the next video.